Hello, I am Sifu Matt Lovio, and I'd like to welcome you to my second series on the Chinese martial arts, or in particular, the art of Hsing I. On this video, which will be the second video of my series, I have to warn you, I feel it's important to note that this second video, I will be breaking it up into either different parts 1, 2, or possibly 3. The second video will be covering the warm-ups, the conditioning exercises, a little bit of Qigong, and also last but not least, the meditations, which gives a very peaceful, salubrious feel to the art, and also helps for the benefit of the mental, psychological aspect as well. So therefore, in this beginning video, on this part 1, we'll be covering up the warm-ups and conditioning, so you'll know exactly which exercises to do and perform when practicing Hsing I before you begin, or rather, about to begin your Hsing I training. Okay, here on the second video, part 1, we'll begin with the warm-ups and calisthenics. All right, let's get to it. From here, what I'm going to do is, when I start with any of any arts I practice in, especially with Chinese Kung Fu, there's a certain habit I like to start off with, where I start with the head first, going from the head down to the toes. Literally, it's easier for me. Now, some instructors, they may do it the opposite. They'll start with starting from the feet first, coming up to the top, going to working their way up to the head. Not my style, not my way. So let's start with the head. Hands to the side here and the hips, and we're going to start with neck rotations. Neck's very important, so you don't have to worry about pulling any muscles in your neck. It's happened to me a couple of times throughout my lifetime in my training. I'm going to circle counterclockwise. Now we're going to go clockwise. Now counterclockwise, going the other way. Clockwise again. And then back one more time. Very briefly, very minute. You don't have to go too way out. Now, we can start with the head looking from up to down. Here we go. Once again, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now we're going to be doing tilts, going from side to side. Let's do it this way now. Starting with the left, going to the left. Right, left, and then right. And that should do it. Now we're going to start with arm rotations. Now I have to warn you, with many of my other martial arts that I practice, when I do like the shoulder and arm rotations, I like to do something where we go with both arms at the same time. In this case, we're going to concentrate one arm at a time. My left arm, my left hand on my left hip. I'm going to go like this, going towards the left, and we're going to rotate the arm. Not too fast, not too slow. And then going back. Now, going this way. Rotate the arm going forward. And back. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of wrist bend, wrist flex. I'm going to take my hand, and I'm going to take my other hand, my left hand on my right hand, on the knife edge of the hand here. And I'm going to hold on, and I'm going to use my thumb and gently go to the back of the palm of my hand. And I'm going to stretch out, nice and easy, not too much, not too elaborate. And I'm going to do the opposite. Right thumb to the back of the palm. My fingers grip onto the knife edge of the hand. And gently, not fast, gently pull out. And now, from here, we're going to put my hands on my wrist, my waist, not my wrist. I'm going to put my hands on my waist, and I'm going to go in this wide rotation of my hips. And there's a reason why I do going the other way. There's a reason why I do this. The reason why is not only to loosen up the hip joints, but also I like to work the base of my back, my back here, to do a twisting of the waist of the spinal column as well. One of my teachers, Lao Shi James McNeil, he did it in a very peculiar type of egregious way, where although the movement was much more smaller and concise, it looked very strange to me, but this was his style. And what he would do is this. He would take the hips, and he would do it in a very quick type of fashion. Almost look like a dance move, if you will. If you will, he would do this. That's not my style. I like to do it where you're able to use the whole trunk of the body. Wide movement, and other way. And now we're going to do like a waist bend. And what I'm going to try to do is very important. Please note, when doing this exercise, please do not ever bend from the back where you do this and you foolishly and egregiously bend from the back like this, where you're putting stress on your whole back. Do not bend from the back. Try to imagine placing your stomach onto the top of your thighs, your lap, if you will. Try to touch your stomach with your thighs, not bend from the back. Go as far as you can. Observe, please. Some people may only be able to bend so far. They can only bend like maybe going from here to here to here and so on. That's okay. Please, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush with anyone. You are in a rush with no one but yourself. Bend as far as you can. The idea is to break your limits and go and farther. Break your limits, not your back. So you want to go easy. Take your time. You're not in a rush with anyone. Take your time. Okay, now we're going to do like some leg stretches. Very simple, very simplistic. I have to back up, unfortunately, so you can see better. Please observe. My heel is going to touch the ground, and I'm going to bend as far as I can. Up. Now my right leg. Bend. And then from here, I'm going to take a forward type of stance and bend as far as I can. Up, going this way. And up. And now we're going to shake it out. Shake it all out. The next type of stretch we'll be doing is a very simple one, and it's almost like I call it the chasing your tail exercise. It looks almost as if you had a tail and you're trying to chase it. This exercise, by the way, it's very popular, utilized in other soft styles of Chinese Kung Fu, Bagua, and especially Tai Chi. Please observe. The legs come out. And then from here, hands on the waist, or if you want, you can do what I do with the hands coming to the side. Waist or side, doesn't matter. And I'm going to turn and move this way. I have to apologize. I don't know if you noticed there was a mosquito buzzing around and bugging me at that wrong key moment. It's back again. Okay, that's pretty much doing it, like if you will, with that particular exercise. Now, if we have enough time, if I notice we have time for a little bit, just pretty much like to do a couple more stretches, and that should be it. This stretch is very simple, from another Chinese martial art referred to as Qigong. And what we're going to do is like stretching from the heaven to the earth type of stretch. Please observe. Take my right arm, raise, stretch, raise, stretch, raise, stretch. It's a particularly very easy and very nice exercise for stretching out and getting warmed up and ready. It almost looks like it's kind of like you're tired. You're waking up in the morning. You're getting out of bed and you're yawning, and so forth, like stretching out after yawning. It's very peaceful. All right, now with this last particular type of stretches, it's again a little bit more of a shoulder rotation, sometimes referred to as I first learned to call it the Shanghai stretching routine, or Shanghai hospital stretching routine. I don't know if it originated from Shanghai, China. This is what it was referred to me, and what I learned to call it. And it's a very simplistic exercise, very popular in its native China. And it goes like this. It's a simple rotation of going, basically taking the arms forward, backward, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Not too hard and not too wide a movement. And sometimes you can even do the same movement just doing a simple walk. In this case, I'm going to be going right to left, hopefully not too much off camera. Very easy to do. And that's it. It acts kind of like a cool down. This will cover like part 1 of the warm-ups conditioning. Part 2 will cover up a little bit more, possibly into Qigong exercises. And then if there is a part 3, it'll work on, if you will, the meditation aspect, which is, I feel, very important. Also, please note, I'm sorry, I almost omitted and forgot to mention, we will be working on the next future videos with the breathing exercises, because it is very important and absolutely integral, not just for Tai Chi and Pa Gua, but in this case, especially to the art of Hsing I. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any likes. And again, I welcome all comments, positive and negative. I wish you the best of luck in your training. Until then, take care of yourself and all you know.